welcome back everybody to the Adventures of Flash. This is episode 5 of our Balkan trip. So this is day 11 and we're going from Slovenia to Austria through a couple of passes. So we've got the Wurzen Pass, which we're leading up to just now, and just enjoying these lovely twisty roads actually through the forests. Cracking little bit of road this. Loving it again. I keep saying that, but yeah, fantastic. We're also going to the Grosslochner Pass as well, going over that. So we'd seen the forecast for this, and it's about 2 degrees at the top. So we're sort of wondering if it was one going to be open, what it was going to be like actually, how cold it was actually going to be. But fingers crossed. So last night's hotel was at the side of Lake Huisne. Just did my normal morning jog around. I was going to try and do the whole thing, but it was a bit bigger than I thought. So I turned back eventually, but it was quite a nice one. Just still slightly misty, as you'll see in a couple of photographs just coming up. But well, we were well starting the day like that, and it was going to get brighter for most of the day. So that was that. Quite a nice little place actually by the lake. Famous for some of the pioneer mountaineers as well. You'll see some on there's a statue of them. It's quite a big area for walks and mountaineering in the area. So obviously onwards from there. Before the Wurzen Pass, we went past Lake Bled, which is about 10 miles away from the hotel. Quite a nice little place. Wasn't filming at the time, so you have to take my word for it. So don't know if I've said this to you before, but I'm videoing on my GoPro Session 5. Okay, just a little camera on my helmet. It's an integral battery, so I've got about 2.5 hours worth of recording for the day, and that's it. So I can't replace batteries or anything like that. So it's I'm just trying to record on places where I thought there was some good riding, etc. So as we go along here, we're on the Wurzen Pass, which is in a col in the Karawanks mountain range in the southern limestone Alps. It's named after the nearby village of Podkorin, which is Wurzen. So the pass connects the Austrian B109, Wurzen Pass Stra, from Villach, with the Slovenian highway number 201 to the A2 motorway and Ljubljana. Its elevation of 1,073 metres is relatively moderate. The road contains numerous curves and includes several steep ascents with maximum grade of 18%. It's a lovely road this. As you see here, even on the GoPro, you can see the undulation on it going up and down. And I say, it wasn't too technical, but I just saw a couple of minutes ago there wasn't an accident. Don't know what happened. It seemed to be quite a clear bit of road. So whether someone did a bit of overtaking than they should have done, but looked like everything was okay with them though. majority of roads that we went through, some great surfaces as usual in Europe, but this one here is just particularly bad. It was just due to be resurfaced, but it was just like patchwork. Oh, so bumpy. You really had to watch what you were doing on it. So as you see, I slowed down a little bit. It's a shame really, because the rest of the road was so good. We're just so enjoying ourselves. But I suppose at some point you've got to get some part of the road that reminds you back home, particularly Cheshire. As you can see here, the sun came out, all still on with the air suit. It's getting quite warm again, but we were getting followed. We knew there was thunderstorms nearby. I think we were just outrunning them really. But we'll keep on going. So we're just about coming out of the passes there, and unfortunately one of our group did have an off. And you would have thought it would have been on the bends, but it was actually nearly on a straight bit of road. I think they'd just come out, whether they'd just not paying attention or got target fixation on a ditch. So they came off unfortunately, but no too much harm done. Bit of a dislocated shoulder I think it was. Bike unfortunately was a write-off, so that was his holiday ended. So bit of a night in hospital, but then he was all okay, got to the hotel, and he was on a plane home the next day. So unfortunately that's what happens sometimes, but fully insured, there was no issues, all looked after by Global Motorcycle. Tom really looked after and made sure everything was done in time, so thumbs up for that. So that's the good thing about doing things in groups where everybody knows what they're doing, and good backup. So that was great. And I say here, we've gone on to some quite flatter roads here at the moment. And I say this is just before we started going towards Grosslochner, so because of the incident we all stopped at the lunch stop. Well, we tried to, but the actual place was shut. I don't know, where do we go now? We've lost the leader now because they were busy sorting things out, and we went further up the road, got this place that was open, looked like a bar with some food, but it was actually a tattoo parlour. It did serve coffee, and they had some apple flan type cake, so we gorged ourselves on that, braced ourselves for the rain that was coming in, so we could see it in the distance. It was looking very angry, but we didn't really get that much actually. It just skirted round us, so we had that quite a long stop. We were waiting on everybody there, but it was decided, carry on, and we'll meet everybody else back at the hotel. We did have quite a big group of us, as you can see here. Put the waterproof cover onto the tank bag. Don't know why, but I just still got my airsuit on for some reason. Must have been feeling brave. It's a Scotsman and myself thought, nah, can't be that bad. I can put stuff on if it does get bad, but roads weren't too bad. I say we sort of seemed to just been skirting away from these thunderstorms that are going about. So this is us on the way up towards the Grosslochner Pass. Again, we're all looking forward to it, but again at the same time thought, it's always typical, the weather's a bit dodgy. It is pretty high. I say it's about 3,800 metres above the Adriatic, so it's the highest mountain in Austria, and it's the highest mountain in the Alps east of the Brenner Pass. So there we are. And it's part of the larger Glockner group of the Hohe Tauern range, situated along the main ridge of the central Eastern Alps and the Alpine Divide, all courtesy of Wikipedia. Stroke Dad's facts. So first of all, we went, also came up this part, then we went up to the viewing area, where it's a massive car park, visitor centre, cafe, etc. You'll see in a minute. And I say it was so quite misty in the clouds up there, so it was pretty cold. Didn't go down to 2, I think it got down to 6, 7, I think it was. So yeah, it was okay. I say it was reasonably dry most of the time, and we got some good views. I see loads of snow up there, but really atmospheric views. So it's quite nice to soak that in for a little bit. So we did that, ticked that bit off. We then went into the cafe. As I said, we'd only had a very light snack for lunch, so I think this was about 3 o'clock time. We had a bit of food, so it was quite nice. Filled us all up, warmed us up, I think, as well. And here we are. We're continuing. You sort of went down a bit again, because with that viewing point, as you go down, you've got to go down to a junction, and then you go straight on, I think it was, to then do the actual rest of the pass. So again, it's a bit of a mixture of road conditions, a bit damp in places, some roadworks, some streams across the road, again from the snow melt, etc. But yeah, we had a bit of a good time. Say here that it's a cracking bit of road. It is lovely to do. Some lovely hairpins on it. Views across the mountain ranges, because it's nice and open there. It's stunning. Again, one of these concentrate on riding, look into the views, but fantastic. So let's read Wikipedia again for a few more dad facts. So our first ascent of the Grosslochner was on the 28th of July 1800. I guess there wasn't a road at that time, but it was a bit harder than it was when we've been doing it. So the name Glocknerer is first documented in a 1561 map designed by the Viennese cartographer Wolfgang Lazus. Okay, there we are. So mass tourism was decisively promoted by the scenic high alpine road, the Grosslochner Hochalpenstrasse, and it was running from Hilsenblatt to Bruck in Salzburg, with a branch off to the Franz Jost Hoch viewpoint, again where we were earlier. It was built across the historic Hochter Pass of the Alpine Divide between 1930 and 1935, according to plans designed by engineer Franz Wallach. The pass road, Austria's highest, reaches 2,576 metres, old money 8,451 feet, and is one of the most popular tourist attractions in the country, just second after the Schönbrunn Palace, with about 270,000 vehicles and 900,000 visitors every year. And just to give that, since it's been done, 50 million since its opening. So yeah, quite a popular place. So we're really enjoying this. We decided to let Barry just lead us down with his wife on the back. Again, like a bit of their day glow. Because they don't have cases decked and stuff, so your actual eyes can cope with that. But as you see here, there's snow at the top. You know, I mean, this is in July, and there's still plenty going about. So it just shows how cold it is up here. It's a stunning landscape. You know, we're just, I say, a bit of stuff running off the road onto the roads, again from the snow melt, etc. So we're always just being nice and steady on this bit of road. Just again, but again, I think with that, it gave us time to soak it in actually. Because I think maybe if it was a much drier, nice, warmer day, we'd have blasted down it and probably would have seen half as much. So really good. Say there's a few other motorcyclists as we're going down here. Started on the descent now. You see there, depth in the snow. Still feet thick in places. must say, a couple of these tunnels nearly caught us out because it was so bright. We were going into them, they were unlit. As you got into them, they were just like, then there was a curve in them which it was hard to see as you went into them, and as everything goes a bit dark to start off with, it was like, oh, whoops. So we were being a bit careful on a couple of them. At least they were better surfaced than a couple we'd gone through, so that was something, but a bit narrow, so you had to be a bit careful. So actually here we've been descending. Still lots of snow going about in the gullies and any places where it's been slightly sheltered from the sun. It's just, and I think just we're coming up to, I think there's a bit of a viewing point up there on the right, but didn't fancy that. I think I've seen it on somebody else's videos. I think Griffin Jones, he went up it. Did look like a nice experience. I thought, well, maybe if you want to do it on a smaller bike, but when I've got my fully loaded RT, I didn't fancy it. And I thought it didn't look like fun, so I'm here to have fun on my bike, so I'm not doing it. Carry on the road. So the Grosslotner is a toll road. It is open from the end of May, generally again depending on weather conditions, to early November. So, and again, not open at night time, 6 in the morning till 8 in the evening. Actually, I think. So I say for just a day ticket, €27 for a motorcycle. Got an electric one, €20.50. A bit of a same with an electric one. You have a second day added on, another $12.50, so you want to go back there another day for a 3 ticket, $48.50. And if you want a season ticket for the whole summer, if you're across there, €104. Then you've got a round trip ticket, that is, it's there and back, $33.50. Gosh, the truck between 46 and 118. So it's not a cheap thing, but I suppose it helps them keeps it maintained. It must take a lot of maintenance on it because of the snow. So yeah, not too bad. I mean, we only did it once. I think if we had more time, again we were delayed a little bit, waiting on everybody gathering up. I think when we got to the bottom at the exit, I would have turned round with it again. I think we're in a bit of a hurry, so I thought I'd better not. I'll just do it the once. Would it be nice to do it more times to get a bit more value for the ticket? What, Scotsman? What I hear you say? It's like Park. Come on. well, that's us nearly at the end of the Grosslotner Pass. Like I left it running on for this one just because the scenery is that stunning all the way down, well, up it, down it, at the viewpoint. I think it was worthwhile just having it running on by there just for the views alone, you know, to give you a good flavour of the road. It was an absolutely fantastic pass. I think definitely one of the best I've been on. Just so many lovely bends on it, and the views of all the mountains in the background, and again with the snow, it just adds that extra sort of element to it for some reason. Don't know what it is, but it does. It's just I think because you think you know you're that high up because there's snow everywhere. So tonight's destination was Zeeland Z at the TD Hotel. Very nice hotel, but you'll see at the end. Obviously, I was kipping with Bob the Builder, and obviously specifically requesting twin rooms. And in this one, yeah, the beds were made up separately, but on one frame. Couldn't exactly separate them, so I had a bit of an argument with the hotel here till we got another one. So again, we did get separate beds in the end. So the only bit of cream thing I want is the bit of the gâteau that I've got in one of the pictures there. Yeah, I think they've just somebody asked for twin rooms doesn't mean you want it in the same bed. So that was for this episode, guys and gals. Thanks very much for watching, and give it a thumbs up, have a comment, see if you've liked it or not. There's one more to come, one more good day. We went from this hotel, went through a few passes into Germany again, so that'll be the last one for this trip. So here you are, yeah, thanks very much for watching, and say pleasure, see you again, bye.